What's up, you guys? Happy 2025! I hope you guys had a great holiday season. I certainly did. And now I'm starting to prepare for this next year. One thing I've learned from the past few years of selling 3D prints online is that, at least for my shop and my current product line, sales come and go seasonally. And in this current season that we're technically already in, sales are gonna be pretty slim. I like to take these first few months, assess my current product line, make any changes that I think are necessary, and also start adding new products to my shop, which is the point of this video. So let's get into that. All right, so new products. And first we need a good idea. So if we're gonna be selling on Etsy, which I personally think is the easiest way to get started selling 3D prints online, then we'll want to go over to Etsy, search for some different search terms, and see what comes up for the first page, what people are already selling, some titles that they are using, and that's honestly the most important part when listing items on Etsy. You want to make sure that your titles include searchable keywords that are already being searched for, not just 3D printed whatever. There's a few sites out there that can give you data on this information, like eRank or Everbee, and we'll take a look at one of those later in the video, but I like to think of those as just tools in my toolbox. I still want to make something that I like and I think is fun, whether it completely fits the algorithm or not. I mean, after all, I am in this for fun, so I want the things that I'm designing and creating to be fun for me as well. If they end up selling, that's great too. Okay, so it's almost Valentine's Day, and so people are probably searching for Valentine's gifts or printables, things that they can print at home and maybe take to their child's classroom or give to a friend. So what I'm looking for is items that are maybe already products and that are already selling, but they don't have a 3D printed version of that on Etsy currently. That's how I came up with my nameplates and bookmarks, which are items already in my current Etsy shop. Valentine's printables are a good place to start, because if people are already purchasing this type of file for a normal printer, a laser cutter, maybe a Cricut machine, then there's room for people to also purchase them for a 3D printer. And 3D printing is growing really, really fast. Lots and lots of people are starting to get multicolor 3D printers in an average household, and so people are going to start printing these files just like they're printing from a normal paper printer, which is pretty cool. And so when I'm finding products to make, I'm coming at it from two angles. I want to find a product that I can print and ship in my own personal print farm, but I also want to be able to create a file that I can put online. People can print at home. Maybe people buy the files, the commercial license, and they print and sell them in their own print farms. So really, we're creating two products in one, which is how I landed on the tic-tac-toe board idea in the first place. So if we look over here, this is the actual listing that sparked my idea to create my own. It's a simple board, it can be customized, and these cute little pieces can be created and 3D printed. I loved this idea, I screenshotted it, and I used it as inspiration for my own 3D printed item. And so now that we've picked our product idea, let's actually search Valentine's tic-tac-toe and see what it comes up with. All right, so when you're searching for items and you're looking through Etsy to see if it's going to be a good match, you can look up here in the top corner where it tells you the number of items currently shown for that specific search term. And in this case, there's only 1,000-ish items for this specific search term. And that doesn't seem too far off. Like, obviously, people are buying these things because other people are creating them. There's lots of options. And if I go to the one that I picked originally, if you scroll down, you can see that for this specific item, she's gotten 214 reviews, which means minimum 214 sales just for this item. And this is not the files, this is the actual game, so that's pretty good. Her if this were a print farm, they would have had 214 minimum sales and orders that they are able to fulfill, which is pretty cool. Now, this is totally seasonal, so you will only sell this specific item right now. But you can also create other versions of this for birthday parties and different kinds of party favors like that. So you can theme them in other ways, but for this specific purpose, Valentine's Day tic-tac-toe boards is a now kind of thing. And if we look at the search results for Valentine's tic-tac-toe boards, then we can see that most of these ideas are either done with a Cricut machine, like these bags, or a laser cutter, like most of these wooden versions. And so far, not a single 3D printed version on here. So there's plenty of room for a 3D printing version to be created. And so if we come over to eRank and we search Valentine's tic-tac-toe, we can come down here and see whether or not this would be a good item for us. And now, keep in mind that it's going to say probably no, but that's because the only time people are searching for this, in the USA at least, is during January. There's like 30 in February. So people are buying these beforehand, early January, now, yesterday, ASAP. They're searching for this only in January. So they're going to say that, no, there's not a lot of searches for this, but there are right now, which is cool. So if we can get this product on there right now, there's a chance we can make just a little bit of money. All right, so then if we look here, this gives you a search trend, which is a graph, which is really cool to see. So you can see like right now is the only time to put this on Etsy. A good amount of clicks. It's green. That's not bad. This right here is really huge. So when people are actually searching for this term, they're actually clicking on the item. So click-through ratio is key when you're thinking about your products on Etsy. And then the competition. It's super green because it's super tiny. We just looked at Etsy and saw that there are literally no options. So I think this is the product we're going to go with after doing all of our market research. So we've got our product idea, and so now we need to create the design. So I have my reference image, and I decided to use Onshape for this. And you can use whatever design software you're used to using. I easily could have made this in Adobe Illustrator and then brought it into Tinkercad to turn it into the actual 3D item, which is what I would have done the past 2 or 3 years of my 3D printing journey. But now, personally, I've made a goal to start using an actual 3D modeling software, Onshape, and so that's how I made this design. Printed it a couple times just to make sure that the print settings were dialed in, and then a couple days later, my product was ready to go on Etsy. All that's left to do now, product pictures. Now, I'm not the best at product pictures, but it's something I hope to work on in the future. Hopefully, my lack of confidence here can be a bit of a confidence builder for you in seeing that you don't have to have a lot of expertise or background experience to be able to create these product pictures. Just do the best you can, have some decent lighting, a clean surface, and a clean background, and that will probably be good enough. And so now it's time for the actual listing on Etsy. So we go up here, add a listing. And for this first one, we're going to do just a physical item. You have to choose between physical item, digital files. Of course, what we created can be both, but right now we're going to list the physical print. Who made it? Me. It's a finished product. When did I make it? I'm just going to click made to order, but if you're going to print them ahead of time, you can do that. If you're going to personalize them, it probably needs to be made to order. It's made from scratch because it is made using filament, PLA, plastic. I did purchase the plastic, but you could purchase fabric or clay or resin too, so it's made from scratch. And then what tools were used to make it? Computerized tools or machines like 3D printers. And continue. All right, so now we have been entered into the listing place, I guess. Titles. I'm going to actually get my pictures in here before I do titles because I like to be able to see my item. It just helps. Okay, so add the pictures. And then we'll click on them just to make sure that they look okay. That looks fine to me. good enough. I would like, of course, to get a new table or some kind of better background, but this works for now. And then this one I might crop just a little bit. I did take these on my phone, so they're phone shaped, and apply. Okay, beautiful. So now that I have my item, I'm also going to pull up another Etsy page with the Valentine's tic-tac-toe boards and just see what titles people are using. Personalized tic-tac-toe, tic-tac-toe Valentine, and we can even click on them. Wooden kids game, personalized gift, custom travel game. So like words that are generic, but kind of still leading to our own item. These are the words I decided to use in my title. Valentine, tic-tac-toe, kids, Valentine's activity, just different ways that I can word that this is a Valentine's gift for kids, and it's an activity, it's tic-tac-toe. I think that's good enough. Okay, so for description, I copy and pasted my typical nameplate description. I kind of always use the same one, I just change the words for whatever I'm creating. So in this case, it's the tic-tac-toe board. So Valentine's tic-tac-toe game. Kids classroom Valentine's Day gift. Yeah. Straight to the point. It's 3D printed in PLA. The size does not vary. It is 4 inches wide, 4.5 inches tall, and around a 1/4 inch thick. Okay. Printed to order, designed and 3D printed by me. But if you decided to purchase this and sell it yourself, you could write 3D printed by me, designed by Macy Makes 3D. I'm a certified reseller, something like that. But probably somewhere in there that's important. And then if you want a custom design, if you have any questions, want a different color, send me a message, check out my YouTube. Okay, price and inventory. So I drew this up in my spreadsheet. If you're interested in that information, that is available to my Patreon members, the spreadsheet that I created to help price my items, and this one specifically. But in this case, I'm going to price it at $15.99. Okay, so quantity. This part is tricky. I like to put it at 99 because I want it to just continue to keep refreshing and listing my item over and over again. I don't have to think about it. But it might get you into trouble if you can't get 99 done and someone ordered all 99 in your 3 to 5 day window or whatever that window is for you. So quantity, I'm gonna leave that up to you guys and let you decide how many you want to keep in your shop. And I forgot to do the personalization. So I need to come back up here and make sure that this thing is personalized, because they don't want to order something that just says Macy on it. All right, so we can give the option for them to change the color of the letters if we want. Enter the name that you want printed. Red letters are default, but if you want a color besides red, list that as well. Pretty straightforward. We're gonna go with that. All right, moving on. Variations, these are all the same. Physical item, yes. Category, party favors. All right, cool. Yeah, it'll go in all those things. Beautiful. Material, color, occasion. Valentine's? No. Holiday, Valentine's Day. Tags. Okay, so tags are very important. This is similar to your search terms. They're saying shape, color, style, function. It's helping Etsy figure out what this is and kind of also help people search for it and find it. 20 characters, kids, Valentine, party. All right, so these are the tags that I ended up going with. A lot of gifts, a lot of kids, Valentine's, classroom, games, different things that combinations, search terms, something like that. Materials, shipping. All right, shipping. So my shipping settings, you can have it calculate them for you, but I kind of have a gauge now of shipping for a long time. I like to enter the prices manually, so I make sure I'm getting what I'm supposed to out of it. Processing time I set as 1 to 3 days because I'm kind of gonna focus on this for a month. This isn't gonna be something that 3 months from now I'm like, oh no, I wasn't expecting this. I don't have time to print it. It's like a right now kind of thing. I'm printing these, I'm selling them right now. So 1 to 3 days, I can get that done easy. If it was something that I would let linger throughout the year, probably 3 to 5 days just to be safe. Shipping service, I will usually use USPS, Ground Advantage. And then fixed price, $5.99. And then if they buy more items, it doesn't cost any more. It's just $5.99. You can add shipping upgrades if you would like. I'm not going to do that for this one. And we will save this as a profile for tic-tac-toe. Save. All right, so for shipping, we have the small box and we have the bubble mailer. So for most of my items, I use a small box. But for this one, it's pretty small, and I think we could get away with a bubble mailer, and it did bring the item weight down quite a bit. So 3 ounces, and if we're using the bubble mailer, 9 by 6 by 0.5, and if we use the box, 7 by 7 by 2. All right, so that's basically it for shipping. You just need something to ship it in, and you gotta tell Etsy the size and the weight. Shop section, holiday pieces, I guess, because it technically is a holiday piece. Feature this listing. Sure, we can feature it right now because we are in Valentine's season and we want to get as much exposure to it as we possibly can. Renewal, automatic. And then if I hit publish, it will be live in my shop. So I'm actually just going to preview it to see what it would look like. And there we have it. If we refresh, we can see it's right here. And then we can go to marketing, sales and discounts. We can do 25% off. We'll just run it. I think you can run it for a full month. Valentine's sale. Must be 30 days. Okay. Select listings. All right. So we're going to search Valentine's. We're going to put the tic-tac-toe board on sale. I'll actually add my nameplates as well. All right. So I set up my sale. I have my nameplates and the Valentine's tic-tac-toe board. Review and confirm. 25% off Valentine's Day sale. Confirm. And that's pretty much it. We found inspiration. We created the item. We went through the listing process, and now we just hope and prepare for the sales. If you are interested in purchasing or selling the tic-tac-toe board, it is available to the top tier members of my Patreon, along with the spreadsheet of information about how I priced my items. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're having a great 2025. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and that's all I've got for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.